If you see my other guides, I typically talk about walkability in Panama and how they don't really go hand in hand. That's different for this area. Welcome to El Cangrejo. So where is El Cangrejo? Right now I'm on the corner of Manuel Espinosa Batista and Via España. Via España is one of the major roads in Panama City. This is where you're going to find the metro station. So right here is the Del Carmen station, and it runs all the way up to Via Argentina. Then Manuel Espinosa, one of the main highways, the number 3 that runs right through Panama City. A lot of people in my past guides have told me to flip around the camera and show less of me and more of El Cangrejo. So that's what I'm gonna do. So as you can see, there is a ton of space. Everywhere else in Panama City barely even has a shoulder to walk on. El Cangrejo is a little bit different. You can see that there's super wide sidewalks, and that's pretty much the same all the way throughout El Cangrejo. So there's 2 major streets in El Cangrejo. There's Via Veneto and there is Via Argentina. I'm on the corner of Via Veneto and Via España, and I came across this, Tim Hortons. Being Canadian, I grew up with Tim Hortons, so it's a little weird to find it in Panama City. So walking up Via Veneto, you can see it's a lot of like little shops, a lot of little markets going on, and a lot of little stands. It is Sunday morning, so I guess a lot of people are preparing for a busy Sunday. A lot of places are still closed. It's 8:30 in the morning. This street kind of reminds me of what a typical Panamanian street is like. Really uneven sidewalks, and you really have to watch where you're going to step. The rest of the streets in El Cangrejo are a lot different. Along here, I've noticed that there's quite a few different cell phone stores and a lot of just like little nooks and cranny shops that you can look for things. A lot of different money exchanges, and we're coming up on what's called the Way More Hotel. I don't know, do you get way more in the hotel? I believe they just did a huge full-scale renovation, because I talked to a local real estate agent and she's just like, that used to be a giant dive. So not so much anymore. Here's the Grand Enia Panama. Oldie's restaurants over there and the Way More Hotel. So we're gonna walk this all the way up to Via Argentina, and then you're definitely going to see what I mean about wider sidewalks and a very walkable community. I prefer to do these videos early in the morning because there's a lot less people around. If I were to do this video at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it would be jam-packed with people. It's very hard to film when there's a lot of people around. Okay, so back to me. How did El Cangrejo get its name? It's called the crab. A lot of sources do say that it got its name because if you look at it on a map, it kind of looks like a crab claw. It starts off really small and then goes a lot wider. And inside is a lot of uniquely shaped streets going in almost every single different direction, curves, straights. You're not really gonna know what you're gonna find. It kind of looks like flour in a way. Lots of different petals going in every different direction and all cohesively reaching an endpoint. Man, I have looked everywhere for a street sign. Can't find street signs on any of the other roads. So we're still on Via Veneto, walking all the way up to Via Argentina. So while we walk to Via Argentina, first of all, who lives in El Cangrejo? El Cangrejo is a lot of young families and a lot of young working professionals. It's a really eclectic, hip bunch. Tons of coffee shops, lots of restaurants, lots of things to do, tons of walking around, lots of parks. It's definitely one of my favorite areas. Okay, so we got to Via Argentina. Now, Via Argentina has a boulevard going down the middle of it, so it brings in a lot of greenery, trees, and everything else. It's really hard to find parking. We came here in the evening, had a decent sized vehicle, and could not find parking for the life of us. Had to park way up and then walk in, which is totally fine because it's very, very walkable area. I'll show you. So as you can see, this definitely doesn't look like Panama City. It's a pretty even sidewalk. I don't really have to pay attention to where I'm going to walk. So I said that it's young working professionals and young families. Why is that? Well, there's a lot of good schools in the area and also in El Cangrejo. So if you're okay with like a little bit of noise, because obviously it's a very community focused area, at night, it's definitely a hot spot to go. A ton of restaurants, coffee shops. If you're looking for coffee, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, El Cangrejo has all of it. That being said, that also brings a lot of people. So if you have to be okay with noise, what are you gonna get when you're living in El Cangrejo? A lot of older places that aren't generally all that tall. That's probably what, 7 stories? Then you're gonna find a lot of 1 and 2 level homes, plus a lot of 4 level places. And then you're gonna find some newer places that are, you know, maybe 30 stories. It's an eclectic mix of everything. In the older places, obviously you won't get the amenities that you'll get in a newer place, but the real estate prices are a lot cheaper here than say like San Francisco, Costa del Este kind of areas. I was looking online, looking for different spots, and you can find easily a 1-bedroom for about 120, 140,000 in that range. A 2-bedroom found one on Panama Equity's website for 165,000 for a 2-bedroom. Looked like it was a relatively newly renovated apartment. It looked quite nice actually. So quite a lot of places available if you're looking for accommodations under the 200K mark. Points of interest would be the Lana Dorada. You have to check it out if you're a beer drinker. You can also see how eclectic the homes are above it. Walking up there, we're gonna walk up to Albert Einstein's head. Yes, thanks Kylie for that one. I asked somebody recently for an eclectic something rather to see while we're in El Cangrejo, and she's like, you gotta go see the Albert Einstein head. So we're walking to the Albert Einstein head. As you can see, it's like restaurant, Einstein's, Lana Dorada. You can sit outside, enjoy your beer or coffee if that's what you prefer. And we walk up to E equals MC squared. Yep, that's an Albert Einstein head. Off of Via Argentina and the main roads, you get a lot of really nice residential, a lot of greenery. Obviously, it's a lot quieter. A lot of eclectic boutique shops. There's a vet clinic. And, you know, just a lot of nice, it looks like quieter areas, which is definitely nice because Via Argentina can get quite noisy at night. So coming back up on Via Argentina. So walking along Via Argentina, I'm gonna try to point out a lot of my favorite restaurants. I spent the last week here, went through a ton of different guides, looking for the best restaurants, the best coffee shops. I tried out everything. I'm definitely feeling a little bit heavier this week for sure, but I hope to share some real hidden gems with you walking along Via Argentina. Well, first of all, there's Armonica. Came up in a coffee search, but I didn't see any coffee. They had a ton of amazing cervezas and hamburguesas. So that's a beer and hamburger. Yeah, amazing. Like they had a huge selection of all sorts of different craft brews and a bunch of different hamburgers and, you know, wings and things like that. So it came up in a coffee search, but I didn't see any coffee. When it comes to a busy area and healthcare, obviously you're going to need some help in that sense. So that is Clinica Einstein. Living in a busier area like El Cangrejo will have a lot of different amenities, healthcare, clinics, hospitals, schools in and around the area, and a lot of things for young families. Yes, of course, it gets a little noisy at night, especially walking around at 8 o'clock in the morning. There's not a lot of people around. I just passed Draft Masters if you're into different types of beer. And over there is an ice cream shop that I went to a couple days ago. It was awesome. That's Keen's right there. If you're living in an area and say you have family come to town or friends come to town, it's so important to have, hotels close by. So right in the middle of El Cangrejo is coming up on the Ramada, and along Via Vento, there was the Panama Hotel, as well as way more outside of El Cangrejo. Just on the outskirts, on the other side of Via España, is the Hyatt, as well as the Renaissance, which are definitely a lot higher end. Schools in the area, as well as in El Cangrejo, there's the Instituto Internacional del Pacifico. I believe it's for young adults, and it's a very large school right up there. There seems to be a coffee shop on every corner. Smoke shop, tattoo place. As we walk down Via Argentina, we get to Andreas Bello Park, but just before that is El Cangrejo Radio, a favorite night spot of a lot of locals. They stream everything to Twitch and YouTube. Now, if you're into free fitness, Andreas Bello has it all. It has a football field, or soccer is what you call it in North America. It's a playground for kids and a newly renovated basketball court. That's what you hear in the background with the ball bouncing. I've also noticed dance classes and a lot of other different types of fitness on this basketball court. Now, if you're looking for paid fitness, I've noticed 2 Smart Fits, one up by the major highway and another one up at Via España and Via Brazil, which is the neighboring corner of El Cangrejo. And I stumbled across Robert's Gym. Now, by no means is Robert's Gym a Smart Fit. A Smart Fit is fancy lights, fancy this, fancy that, and lots to look at, if you know what I mean. It's the type of gym that people go to look at other people. Robert's Gym isn't that. Robert's Gym is more of a hidden gem in El Cangrejo. It was a $3 drop-in. It cost me $11 for the week. I tried to do a drop-in with SmartFit. They only do month to month, so that wasn't going to happen. A lot of the times when I come to Panama City, I have a hard time finding a place where I can do a drop-in. I'm definitely coming back to this gym. It's a little tricky to find. It's in a mall, which you have to go through the parking lot. It's in the back corner of the parking lot below the mall. It's the type of place you throw on some headphones and you're not bothered with anybody. Everybody's super friendly and it's very, very cost efficient. It's a place that I'll definitely go back to. I find if you're looking to move to Panama City that you should be looking for an area with a park. My last guide, San Francisco, right up here, I showed you Parque Omar. Now I'm showing you Andreas Bello. Why should they have a park? Well, I find a park brings together the community. You have a lot of people just sitting around, hanging out. I found that El Cangrejo had a lot of local Panamanians that were just simply happy, talked to one another, connected with one another, and was always just overall happy. And I find if you're coming to Panama City that you should be looking for these types of areas where the community comes out. I've noticed dance classes, I've noticed kids playing, I've noticed strollers being pushed. It's definitely got a lot more family atmosphere in El Cangrejo, which is actually kind of similar to San Francisco, except for San Francisco, you don't really even have a shoulder to walk on. So if you're into sports, there's Murphy's and El Chante right there, right next to each other. Currently we're at the end of October, so there's baseball, and that's on the television, as well as football, obviously because we're in Panama. If you're looking for Panamanian food, El Trapiche, I've mentioned it in other videos, is definitely your best bet. Now, getting off of the Argentina, I'm gonna take you down to the hidden gem when it comes to coffee. This was definitely a little tricky to find. Thank you, Kent Davis, for pointing it out. Kent is from Panama Equity. He did another guide a few years back, and I had to do homework for this video to find you the best spots. Obviously, in the last couple years, things have changed. Some of his restaurants aren't available anymore. Now, the best coffee shop in all of El Cangrejo is... Now, I know I pronounced that wrong, so I'm sorry. Now, I know in other guides I've had like breakfast, lunch, dinner. El Cangrejo is just full of everything. So I couldn't really come up with a breakfast, lunch, and a dinner. Probably the best rated breakfast place, so I'm definitely going back there. Now, when it comes to lunch, there's like 5 different hamburger places, 4 different places for Panamanian food, sports bars, and cocktail joints, and karaoke, and 6 different places for cervezas. Like, just come to El Cangrejo, experience it. And if I made the guide with the top this and the top that, then I would definitely get some slack in the comments. Like, here's another coffee shop, Unido. Unido's got like probably 5 or 6 different locations. It's definitely one of the most popular ones for digital nomads. I see a lot of people working on their computer. Now, as we carry on down via Argentina, obviously people are starting to wake up. There's more people coming around. We come up to the 24-hour diner. Yes, this is open 24 hours. Okay, so if in on a budget and you're wanting something a little bit Panamanian, El Cholo Grill is really good. It's connected to the ceviche area, and they've got this whole area back here to sit. You can easily get away with, $6 to $8 for a full meal. And that is right at the front of where Via España and Via Argentina meet. So there's Via Argentina. Okay, so now on the corner of Via Argentina and España is where all the outlet shops start. So on the border of El Cangrejo and whatever that is over there is where you're gonna find all the outlet shops. I tell all of my friends that are into nicer shoes, there's a place called Bellagio. It's in Multiplaza. Well, there's the Bellagio outlet along Via España. This is where I found Salvatore Ferragamo $800 loafers for like $200. It is a game changer. I brought a friend here. She bought like 4 pairs. It is definitely where you're going to find a deal if you're into nice shoes. If you want Nike or any type of sportswear, definitely come here before you go to the big shopping malls. Because I guarantee you will find a deal if you're into Adidas. There's a Nike factory store. There is Under Armour, everything you're looking for. There's a tech place right there. So look here before you go to the big shopping centers. The thing that draws me to El Cangrejo that is a little different than other places that you're going to find in Panama City is the culture. There's a culture here. There's a lot of people walking around, enjoying themselves, grabbing a coffee, grabbing a beer, hanging out in the park or hanging out on the street. You just don't get that in other places of Panama City. Now, I've spent the last week here because when I do these guides, I spend about a week really exploring the area, finding the hidden gems and finding, and trying to make this the best guide or walking tour I can for you, the viewer. And spending the last week here, it's definitely become one of my favorite areas of Panama, and I'll definitely be coming back.